What's up, everyone? Dem boys. It's a somber event. This is a funeral, guys. This is a funeral for the cover 2 and anybody who dares to ever play it against any of us ever again. Also, hint hint, segue into the first play in custom doubles. I figured out how to manipulate the cloud flat on the short side and the wide side. I knew how to do it on the wide side, and that's the concept one of the concepts we're about to see here. Big time shout out my guy Fred Young. Fred Young asked me, he's like, I need this cover 2 stuff. And Fred, I told you I was going to be in the lab, and I told you, I was like, man, look, I'm going to get this out in like a day or two, and that was like a week ago. Because it just didn't quite hit right. And we're there. We are there. I took that as a personal challenge, alright? So, Fred, big shout out to you. You're the guy, you know, I might be up here with the eulogy, but you handed out all the brochures, my guy. You know what I'm saying? You got us all seated for this one, got the whole event set up, alright? I'm just spitting the whole eulogy at you, that's it. So, right now, and this is, you know, there's going to be 3 videos coming on destroying any type of cover 2. It's my next 3 videos, alright? And we're going to have multiple concepts in these videos. So it's like 5-6 plays, actually. I went overboard. Extra Egg Trail, again, how many times have I said, this is the money play, best play, this is the play, right? So we're going back. This is now going to be the 3rd video on Extra Egg Trail. Okay, so now I've shown you with one play how you can rip up anything, right? I've shown you how to destroy man, cover 4, cover 3. Now cover 2 is just about to get waxed, alright? Like, big time. No joke. So the first thing we're going to do is take Y, block him, take RB, create our trips. Shocking, right? Now we are going to take RB, put him on a drag, again, par for the course. B is going to go on an out. X is going to go on a slant. And I'm sure y'all recognize by now, we've got a high-low on each side of the field. Shocking, right? Whatever way the user goes, you go the other way. Now, B will not likely ever come open. That's really more of a clear out for X. And then you have the high-low the other way. So if the user chases down X, you know, you can hit him with A. Might as well chunk him. I mean, RB is an option, but I would chunk him. And that's really what this is designed to do. I mean, yes, these are high-low reads, but it's really a right-left read. Whichever way the user goes, great, you chunk them the other way. So I'm sick of taking 3 or 4 yards against the cover 2. That's the point of this, is we're done doing that crap. So focus on X first. Pass lead that up. And let's go. Basically turns it into like a crosser from last year. But it hits quick. You know, it hits quick. And that will happen. That's just consistent. That's just how it's going to play. Alright. Doesn't really matter what they do. If they, you know, they come off the cover 2 or alter their cover 2. With like a purple back there. That's it. Now we'll focus on A. That was really good. We'll run that back. I pass lead that back towards the deep middle linebacker. Back towards the middle of the field. To avoid that, what just happened. It's a very rare animation. Yeah, I mean, he's getting close. Doesn't really matter. Must be a good corner and still very weird. Yeah, it shouldn't even matter who the corner is, honestly. So that's the computer playing that as well as the computer will play it. And run it back again for consistency. And, yeah, and then you know, usually that's a pretty wide open hole. You can plunk her in there. So that having been said, now I'm going to show you the second part of this. This is fun, right? This is... I almost started with this because it is so good. If anybody left, sucks to be you. RB on a wheel. We're going to go ahead and motion him out, make our trips. B's going on an out. Y is blocking. X is going to go on a hitch. Now, this time A is going to break wide open. Alright, like wide open. So this is another way where we're trying to chunk you deep downfield, either to the wide side or back to the short side. So really, what I mean, depending if they shade everything back or whatever, maybe you hit Cobb. But your primary reads here is going to be a right-left between A and RB. So let's focus on RB first. And I possession catch this as well. Pass lead that a little further out than I needed to. I usually just kind of pass lead that up and out just a touch. Show you one more time, just so you can see that is consistent. Yeah. And that's a little bit better pass lead. You don't need to be so far out. Obviously, possession it. Now, let's focus on A. What's going to happen is everyone's going to stay down on Cobb. And this possession. And I actually led that out towards the sideline, which actually technically puts them in better position. And they still couldn't do anything about it. So A again. And if I pass lead that back a little bit and drop it in, you know, right in the bucket, easy money, chunk in the cover two. So guys, I'm excited. I do have, in doubles, I have a much better way to chunk the cover two. The best is yet to come. This is going to be like a 3-part funeral for the cover two and for any adjustments you can make, alright? So here goes the preview. The majority of this scheme is high-low stuff to either side, right? Put the user in a bind and throw to the opposite side of the field. You know, it's easier to user this year from this, you know, the animations aren't as good, but just the movement itself and covering the ground is pretty easy. So I'm just trying to avoid the user, right? That's what we want to do. So eventually what's going to happen, you're going to see something like this, right? You know, someone's bringing a cover two to you. This is what it's going to look like. Or maybe it's just on one side and then they're, you know, using this one. You know, that's pretty common, right? So they're used to getting chunked to the wide side. They've seen this, you know, so now they're going to say, okay, well, maybe I just user A, you know, and we give you something like this. That will stop this. I mean, if they have good click-on skills, it will. So if we watch X, I mean, like, you can still kind of fit that in, but a real good user with click-on, you have to throw it earlier. Like, so you have to be aware that's what's happening, pass lead it up, throw it earlier, the window becomes a lot narrower, right? Now, what I will say about that, guess what won't be affected by that? Let's go ahead and watch that wheel route. Yeah, has no bearing on the wheel route. Alright guys, so when people start making that adjustment, that's where we start to crank them on the head with that wheel route, alright? And now, really, guys, any play where the remainder of the play art makes sense to do this in this scheme, you can create that concept, all right? These are, you know, you can always do an out, you can always do a wheel route. You can always do that. You want something to occupy that safety, so maybe you just do a go. So maybe this is, you know, whatever, you're in a different play. You know, I don't know what you're doing with X, doesn't matter, right? Irrelevant. But the wide side of the field is what I want to focus on. You could kind of create a concept like this at any time. So now again, if you notice someone comes out in cover two and you're in a different play and you're like, oh, I know they're in cover two. Well, you could set something like this up. You know, maybe something like this. And then you just hit the wheel route, right? I don't know. Doesn't matter, right? Whatever you're trying to do. I prefer out. I think it gives you a go without. I think that's kind of your best bet. But, yeah. Again, just want to focus on the wide side. That's something you can always set up. So that's kind of a built-in to this entire scheme. As like I said, as long as you're going to play where that makes sense. If you're running like the corner route over here, you know, something like that doesn't make sense, right? And I mean, you just audible, you know, whatever. You're switching that stuff up anyways. So, food for thought. You can always do that, guys. Dem boys, back with another one. Let's go. I'm excited for what's next. So be on the lookout for that. It's another way to counter when people come at us with this purple stuff. Alright, so Dem boys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.